Welcome to my channel Learn Chess with Dsouza. In today's video lesson, you will learn how to checkmate your opponent king using bishop and knight by W method. In case you have missed my earlier video in how to checkmate the opponent king using bishop and knight by dilettante's triangle method, then I will drop a link in the description below. Do subscribe my channel by clicking the red button. It keeps me motivated. So let's get started.
The first thing to note is that we can only checkmate the black king to the corner of the board, which is the same color as the bishop, which is in this example is a8 and h1. Also, we have to checkmate the opponent king with 50 moves, otherwise it is considered to be a draw. Black therefore try to stay in the center of the board, and if they can't, they will move to the wrong corner, meaning a corner in which we can't checkmate the king on a1 and h8. White, however, wants to force black king to a8 or h1. In this position, we will move our bishop to g2. Now the black king is forced to the 4th rank, having only two options, d4 and f4. If the king moves to f4, we will move the white king to f2. And if the black king moves to d4, we will move our white king to d2. Black king has 3 moves, and the best move for him is e5. Because he is in the center, and from here he can move to the wrong corner h8. We will place our white king on e3. Now the black king is in the 5th rank. We will control the long diagonal of the triangle with a bishop, and we will control the necessary dark squares with a knight and king. We will place a knight on d3 and take the e5 square of the black king. The black king will stay on the 5th rank on g5. We will move a bishop to the center square e4. Note this position. The king, knight, bishop is forming a wall as highlighted by green, and the black king cannot cross it. The black king cannot move to the edge of the board on h5, h4, h5, h6 or on g4 as the square is near to h1, and we can mate the king easily. So the black king has only one option left on f6, a square near to h8. Now we position our king to the center square on d4. Now the black king is forced on the 6th rank, and he will continue to stay on this rank on e6. We will take away the d6 square by placing our white king on c5. In this position, the king, bishop, knight are creating a wall as highlighted by green. Black king has only one square, f6 on 6th rank. We will move the white king to d6. Now the black king has two options, g5 or f7. In either case, we will move our white king to e5. We will take the f7 square by placing white king on e6. Now the black king is forced to the edge of the board, either in the h file or the 8th rank, and we can place the white king to the ideal position f6. We will use the knight now to e5 to f7. It is the only piece that can force the black king out of the wrong corner h8. We will force the black king out of the hiding by placing knight on f7. So we have finished the step 1 by forcing the black king to the edge of the board. Next step is to force the king to the a1 square along the 8th rank and checkmate it. In this step, we will use the W method. Listen, it is important. The knight has to move in a W pattern. f7, e5, d7, c5, b7. Joining the circle resembles a W pattern. Now the king has only square left g8. We will do a waiting move with the bishop along the b2, g6 diagonal. Black king has only one square left f8. We will place a bishop on h7 and take away the g8 square of the black. Now the black king has only one square e8. Now we will start the W pattern by placing a knight on e5. Black king has only two squares, d8 and f8. If he moves to f8, we will continue our W pattern by placing a knight on d7. Black king has only one square e8. We will move the white king to f6, supporting the knight, and the black king is only one square d8. Now in this position, if black king had moved to d8, we will move our white king first to e6. The black king can go to any of the highlighted red square, and we will continue the W pattern of knight to d7. If the black king moves to e8, then after placing the knight on d7, black king has only one square d8. We will place a white king to d6, taking away the c7 square of the black king. If the black king moves to c7, then after placing the knight on d7, black king has 3 squares. And mostly, black king will place on b7 or c6, trying to escape to the a1 corner. But we will place a bishop on d3 and block the escape of the king by creating a wall as highlighted in green. He can move to b7 or c7, and we will move a bishop to b5, restricting the black king to lesser squares. The black king now stay on the 7th or 8th rank. In any case, we will move the white king to d6 and force the black king to the edge of the board. If the black king moves to c8, then after placing the knight on d7, black king has 3 squares. If the black king moves to d8, we will move the white king to d6. If the black king moves to b7, we will move the bishop on d3 and prevent black king to escape to the a1 corner. If black king moves to c7, we will move the bishop to e4 and prevent the black king to escape to the a1 corner. Now the black king has only 2 squares c8 and d8, and we will position our white king on d6, forcing him to move to d8, the only square. We will move a bishop to g8 to prevent black king to e8 and return to c8. Now we continue our W pattern by moving the knight to c5. Black king has 2 squares b8 and d8. If he moves to d8, we will complete the W pattern by placing the knight on b7. If black kings move to b8, then we will move our white king first to c6, and if black king moves to any red square, we will complete the W pattern by placing the knight on b7. Now we have forced the king to the white corner. We will take the a7 square by placing the white king on b6. Black king can move to either a8 or c8, and we will move a bishop to f5. Now black king has only one square left. Our last step is to checkmate the black king using knight and bishop. In this position, if we move the knights, it's stalemate. Black king has no legal move and it's a draw. So check the black king with the bishop first and then the knight. I hope you have learned how to checkmate the opponent king using W method. Let's try one more puzzle. Try to checkmate the opponent king using bishop and knight using W method. Pause the video and try to solve the puzzle on your own and check the result. In this way, you will improve your chess tactic and remember the pattern easily. Ready? First step is to move the black king to the corner on which the white color bishop is. In this case, it is h1. Second step is to do a W pattern with the knight. g6, e5, g4, e3, g2. And lastly, checkmate with the knight and bishop. I will go over the most briefly. Check and match your result. If you like this video, give a thumbs up. If you want any specific chess video, then comment below and subscribe my channel by clicking the red button. It keeps me motivated. Stay happy, stay healthy.